Welcome back to another episode of Views on Brews. I'm Brendan, and this beer is Brew IPA from Brewery. Let's check it out. Yeah, so I'd be interested to see what they've done with this beer since the reworking of the recipes. I'm not sure. I remember tasting this beer before the two breweries merged together, and I wasn't a huge fan of it at that stage. But what they've done now is they've only gone on added one of the most sought after hops in the country and across Europe right now, Strata hops. So I'm really interested to see their interpretation based on what I've just tried from Galway Bay Brewery, which is has blown me away actually with the flavours and the hop profile in the beer. So yeah, let's see what Brewery have done with it. Okay, so noticeable differences straight away is the hop profile. In this beer it has Strata, but it also has Centennial and Cascade. So Centennial and Cascade hops are part of the 3 Cs or the 5 Cs, American classical hops. Centennial is just a super Cascade. So both these beers have really good floral, citrus sort of hop profiles. So Strata's supposed to have a bit of passion fruit, bit of berries, bit of dank resinous, bit of grapefruit should be in Cascade as well. That's the traditional grapefruit hop. Let's get it open and let's get this beer in the glass and give it a try. Okay, so nice aroma coming off the top of the bottle straight away, which is interesting. I'm going to pour the beer. I'm just going to read the spiel on Brewery was established 2013 and Carrick Brewing Company was established in 2011. In 2019 we merged, uniting the talent of both teams at our Trim Brew House. And our passion to get the highest quality Irish beer into the hands of customers continues. As always, we're proudly Irish and independent. A bold and pleasing beer, Brew IPA, uses Strata and experimental hop, Centennial and Cascade for zesty, floral, mouth-watering aromas and flavours. In celebration of the Celtic primordial goddess of nature, Anadanu, this IPA uses only the highest quality ingredients. Sometimes when I read these stories on the background, okay, they're probably really good for marketing, but they make me laugh a little bit. As before in their red ale, they've got this hop malt meter profile on the back, which is really handy for people that are, want to know exactly what they're getting in terms of how malty and how hoppy this beer is. They've roughly got the malt on 40% and they've roughly got the hops on 100%. So that's interesting. When I hold the beer up to the light, let's have a look at it. It's 99% clarity in this beer, great carbonation coming off of it, kind of like an antique gold with a... Let's spin this head up just a little bit. I'm sure, yeah, there's a really decent head on it. It is an IPA, so I'm expecting a decent head on it. About a 1 finger head. Multiple size bubbles on top, so I'm expecting, as I always do with hops, when there's densely compact bubbles, it's going to stick around. It becomes more like shaving foam at that stage. When there's bigger bubbles, I'm expecting the head to dissipate just a little bit. Anyway, okay, looks great. Smell. The aromas off this beer are grapefruit. So the first thing that comes straight off, and I'm reminded of this in Cascade because it's such a well-known hop at this stage, is grapefruit, and it really does have that pink grapefruit, not white grapefruit. It has a real sort of fleshy, zesty appeal to this hop. Floral, I am getting a bit of berry now. I can definitely get a bit just there on that last bit of flavour. Passion fruit, I'm getting passion fruit. Oh, on the nose, all of a sudden on the nose, I'm getting huge amounts of passion fruit. I don't know how that happened. Passion fruit, zesty grapefruit, really nice floral bouquet of hops. It's got that sort of zingy zestiness to it, almost like the sort of profile you get with a pale ale. Okay, the first thing I want to say about this beer is it has a noticeable bitterness to it. real modern version of an old school style Cascade Centennial hopped beer. It's got those classic grapefruit piney sort of grapefruitness, zesty, really zesty, piffy, very, very piffy in fact. But it's really, really nice on the aromas. Really enjoying the aromas of this beer. Beautiful looking beer. The head isn't huge on the beer. Strawberry. I'm getting strawberry. I'm getting passion fruit and grapefruit and zesty citrus piffy notes. That's what I'm getting off the beer. It hasn't got much else to it other than that. The beer itself is on the stronger end of bitterness. It's dried out by the bitterness from the Centennial and Cascade hops. So in as much as a thirst quenching kind of lager way, but this is done with hops. The hops dry it out. The bitterness drags that bitterness and it makes you want to take another sip from the beer, which is always a nice thing. Nice and cold. Yeah, really, really got a nice bite to this beer. A little bit, you could say a little bit spicy to it. Not spicy in any kind of phenolic kind of way. On the aroma, mountains of passion fruit at this stage. Really, really nice amount of passion fruit going on. I'm just loving that aroma. Strata hops are really a special little hop. From what I've seen in the 3 beers I've had it in, every single beer has been interesting. And every single one of them has, to some extent, had passion fruit and berries. This has got mountains of berry sort of profile. Sweeter berries, so not like the acidic element of raspberries, more the sweet element of strawberries. That's why I'd say it's more strawberry than it is raspberry. Beautiful. Not much herbal, dank aromas. Piney? Maybe, but very, very little pininess to it. Mouthfeel is right on the button with medium. Very easy drinking beer. It's not too heavy or not too... there's not too much of a malty backbone like some IPAs. It is only 5%. So it's exactly what I would expect a 5% IPA to taste like body-wise out of respect of what a 6% or a 6.5% real American style version of an IPA would be. But this is 5%. It's more accessible to the market. You can probably drink more pints of this, and that's what Brew are going for. Get it sold. Yeah, very basic color-coded labeling, and they've really gone heavy on the wording for the branding. So they want that branding to really stand out. It's really nice branding, but simple, very simple. And does every single beer these days need to have great artwork? I absolutely love artwork, but it doesn't need to. It needs to have good beer in the bottle, and this does have good beer in the bottle. Last time I tried this beer, not really a fan. I know that I wouldn't go and pick it up again in particular. This one, beautiful passion fruit on the nose. Love it. Okay, so what do I think about this beer? Brew Brewery, Brew IPA, new recipe. It is on the 40% of maltiness, like it said. It is on the 100% hoppiness. So they've aimed for a target. They've hit that target. I like the beer. Buy it, give it a go, pick it up, and let me know in the comments if you do get one, what you thought of this beer. And yeah, well done. Cheers, Sludge, and it's on to the next one. Bye.